and this is Brenda Power, Medicine Woman. I've had over 30 years of intentionally focused spirituality. The first couple years, it was like, Spirit was like waking me up. I'm like, oh. You're going along in life, and everything seems to be going okay. And then all of a sudden, little things begin to wake you up, get your attention that there's more to life. A lot of you may have started having this urge. And, first it might be just crystals. Next it might be, what are they doing? What is that? I remember years ago, I seen it as a kid. I seen a pendulum years ago. And I didn't know what it was. And I thought it was fascinating. I remember learning what its name was, but it didn't stick. So this is about maybe 9 years old. So then what happens is that time went on and I forgot all about it. I just remembered there's more to it. Now, however you awaken, that is up to you. But you will get a push, you get a shove, and you'll get an urge. At first, it's like, oh my God, I'm going against the rules. What will people think? I'll keep my mouth shut. You kind of dabble over here and look. You begin to ask questions. We're told, back in the old paradigms, was don't ask questions, don't look, don't, stay focused, stay centered. And what I realized is that the more that I got into God, the more that I question not just what God was, but question, who am I? I have lost my identity several times. And the last one really took a toll because it was so weird to come out of that and like, Jesus, who am I? I mean, you can't find your ground. You're looking, you're lurking, you're doing everything you can to find who you are. You can get lost and you can get confused, but no identity, you just start to spiral out. You can have no identity, can make you feel depressed, can make you fall into emotions. And when those emotions begin to make you freeze in such a way that you go numb, cold, numb, but you go a little bit further and you feel more fear because it's the unknown. We're taught that the unknown is supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be confusing. It's supposed to be unsafe. There's a lot of people that have old paradigms and belief systems that are passed down that you have to worry about heaven and hell. And that's okay. What I've learned, the more that I got into God, the more in the Christ conscious, the more into my heart, the more into listening with my heart connected me with Spirit, and the more that I connected with how I knew my name, how I knew that it's okay to be different. The more that I did that, the more it was, I didn't care what people thought. It's not, I don't care. It is, I have no time for you. And it's not that I didn't love people. I just don't have time for the chaos and the drama. It was okay to watch it on TV, but I no longer needed it in my space. I was so focused on that taste, that hunger, and I was listening with my heart. I was listening with my soul. I was listening. And all the people that knew how everything was, and they're a know-it-all, and this is how you're supposed to be, this is how you're supposed to act, don't rock the boat, don't do this, don't do that. Consider the source. They're not God. And they are more human than they are their true identity. When you begin hitting your true identity, you hit that space within yourself that begins to be able to let you breathe and to give you space, but it also gives you safety. Without safety, we won't move forward. The more we over-identify with our matter, the more that we over-identify with our pain, we become that identity. And then we no longer consciously are creating. It is inside of our body. It's inside of our subconscious mind. I mean, you're looking at my subconscious mind. It's my body. These are all the programs from inherited to soul lives. And you know, when people call them past lives, I don't really call them past lives as much as I call them soul lives. And these are very much, how do you want to put it? Every time your spirit, with its soul, which is the recorder, decides to dream, it goes to sleep. And then this human awakens and it goes on a journey. And these are our lives. And these are when we actually finish this particular life and we wake up spiritually. We're like, wow, what a freaking dream. Or, oh, that was boring. Or, you know, but we take those collective moments of our perceptions of things that block our heart because we were supposed to experience it. But we haven't figured out how to let go. We haven't upgraded. And when you begin to start to look at life from your soul's perspective, it's going to freak you out because you're going to, I've never heard anybody talk like this. Oh my God, are those spiritual people over there? Oh my God, what am I doing here? Oh, but you're so intrigued. You want to know more. And when you begin to really listen with your heart and you listen with spirit, you'll begin to go to spirit, to your true identity first. You will go there first. You won't go to your ego. You won't go to your environment. You won't go to your pains. You won't go to your sufferings because in your body, the program is, she's not paying attention to me today. Oh my God, I don't want to exercise. How can we stop her? And the program is only, the matrix is trying to pull you back into the frequency. And it does it so well because, you know, when you have a GPS and you type in the coordinates, the GPS doesn't divert from it. It says there. And you divert from it. Oh, you get back over here. Okay, how about if you take left here so we can get back over here? And when I think of a GPS, when you're using spirituality, it's a guide, God pointing system. Now, this isn't about religion. This is about connecting to source. And there are so many people that have learned how to condemn what they don't understand, or learn to, oh my God, I heard that's evil. I'm going to jump to that side. And what do they see evil? Okay, I'm going to promote that too. Because again, fear runs this realm. Heaven and hell are states of mind. And when you begin to understand how you create reality, at first it's going to be, I don't believe her. I don't understand this. No way. Can't believe it. And you keep trying to convince yourself because you say, I can't believe it. And when you begin to learn whispering opportunities of growth, learning about synchronicities, learning about, ooh, that caught my attention, and learning to wake up. Now, you can direct yourself to be just hooked into fear and not see the positive. And then you can be hooked such into positive that you don't understand the contrast of what fear is. The yin and yang balance is not good or evil. You can take it to those extremes, but it's finding your perception, what you came to learn, what you came to let go of, what you came to grow. And if you're waking up every day feeling like crap, that is a program that can be disrupted, that can be resolved, that can be, and you're like, no, it can't. I can't change my thoughts. I can't change my emotions. Ah! That's high beta. you're made of energy, electrical magnetic energy. And if you knew how to tap into that, how simple it is, you would say, it's got to be harder. It depends on your belief system. It depends on your values. It depends on all of these aspects of yourself. To what do you believe? What do you want to follow? Sometimes people will hide behind fear because it's safer. But fear has never taught us anything that, I take that back. If you get enough fear, it'll force you to be motivated. And that's where the major bitch slaps come in. Because we don't remember how to listen to our true identity, to listen to our soul, and stop listening to these programs. Stop listening to these paradigms that is to keep us shut off from who we are. We have to learn more about the light language of our heart. We need to learn more about who we are and how we create reality. Now, I'm going to stop this talk just for a few minutes. Hello, everybody that's come into the room. And I see some beautiful names. And I love that. It's a great feeling. And I'm just assessing myself to what it is the topic you want to hear. Because before I came on the show, I asked just Spirit, you know who's coming in the first few minutes, because sometimes when you start off the broadcast, you're not sure of how you're going to talk, what you're going to say, because you're waiting. And you end up, looking like an idiot. Well, I asked Spirit beforehand, what do you want me to say? And Spirit wanted me to share those things with you. They sound very deep, but if you listen to what I said and you break the words down and then put the words all together, you're going to start having enlightenment. And when you begin to have enlightenment, you're going to have empowerment. And when you have those particular two things that go together, you end up being able to coach yourself because you get to make better, healthier decisions. Again, it's very beautiful that you're all here. Lenny is on a job interview, and I told her no big deal. So I'm going to do my best to, I can't really do what I like to normally do to say, hey, let's put your name in the box. But we may end up playing a game where I may pick a number. Okay, we're going to still let Spirit choose. And Spirit already knows who shared, already knows what's going on. And it's important to understand that we trust. Now, again, it's all great to see all these wonderful faces. Spirituality, what I would like to be able to do is talk about what it is and what level you're at. Now, where you're at is perfect for you. It is not comparing yourself to the next spiritual person or the next spiritual person, because it's not a game. It's not an amazing race to enlightenment. You know that TV show, The Amazing Race. It is, am I better than I was yesterday? Am I better than I was with my fear? Do I still let fear control me? And we haven't learned how to cope, manage, deal, and pacify, but we try. We begin to learn the moment we're inside the womb. This is the day and age where you learn how to resolve to evolve. What are you resolving? Emotions. You can't just really resolve the thoughts, because they are so highly tied to your emotions. And when you take those chemical peptides, oh my God, of those emotions, and you use the tool, which is yourself, the emotions start to dissipate, calm down, resolve. And the thought pattern, the thought pattern changes to you're like, I was so, I guess it doesn't matter. I remember when I first started, where did it go? I mean, that thing followed me forever and I tried everything. Where did it go? Hopefully by Tuesday, we will have Lenny here inside this space, and she is going to help you understand, hopefully by having a live demonstration of what hope therapy is, maybe a couple other tools. The reason you need me is because what is my gift? Not just to pull in the information, understand it, and retain it. But it is, I wondered why I would see these patterns with people. Then I began to wake up further. Then I started seeing energy cords. And I go, what are they hooked to? And then I started seeing that they were hooked to specific events that has a whole range of emotion where it can come from. Then how is it hooked in? How is it attached? How are we doing this? And then all of the tools started to pop in. Like I said before, it had a lot to do with my mother dying. When I was reading that Bible and it said hands-on healing, I said, you wouldn't have stuck this in here without really giving an answer. And it's not just to sit and pray, because if you're in high beta and you're trying to pray, you're starting to pray the problem instead of the answer. You are unable to completely hear what you need to hear. And when you begin to calm down, every time you use words, whether you sit in this position or sit here and having a conversation with your girlfriend, you are praying. Words are spells. And when you back it with emotion, energy starts to increase, and it builds and builds and builds. And all you're doing is saying to the universe, this is my vortex, this is where I am, this is my belief system, and this is what I'm creating. Your thoughts create things. There's so many beautiful, wonderful teachers out there that can take you on the steps that you're at. And when you finish with one teacher, don't feel bad. Just begin to become your spiritual aspect. And thank you, Spirit, I'm ready to receive more with grace and ease. And all of a sudden, a new book will come to you. I came to you. You had to be open enough to receive me. So remember, each step of the way, you're not alone. But it's more fear that runs people, because what if I'm hooked into the wrong energy? And sometimes you could be. Let me explain. Your state of mind, if your state of mind, if your emotions are of negativity, any type of fear, any type of paranoia, any type of vulnerability, and if your wounds begin to speak, if your active memories are not resolved, and there's nothing wrong with having memories, nothing wrong with remembering, but when they own you, you get what I mean by this, right? They own you. And I know if anybody's alive out there, say, yeah, I get it. I want to hear from you, because sometimes these talks can be so intense, and then sometimes they can be so deep, they go down that rabbit hole, boom, 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 boom. I love it. It feeds me. This is my nourishment for my soul. This is my nourishment. And I'm going to keep doing these videos, because I know I am to connect with my tribe. I know that I am going to be communicating with more people. The more information they keep teaching me and helping me with, the more it cannot just not happen. It is, thank you, Tammy. There is, I go on other people's websites or other Facebook's lives, and what's amazing is some of the things they say or do, and they got followers galore. And I'm thinking, I need to understand why. Some people don't even give you meat and potatoes. They just give you fluff and stuff. And yet, and it's all about that attracting factor. I know that I've been here for, in February, it'll be 5 years. I know I was on a path switch, and I know I was told to wait. But the push, the urge, that I'm supposed to start laying the foundation now. And then just wait. Keep going, but just wait. And it can be very confusing when you hear just wait and keep going at the same time. Thank you, Susan. So, that's usually my sign that they're here. Did you know you can be allergic, which you can be sensitive, intolerant, and allergic to the non-fleshies, these people that are ghosts, the people that are
spirits. There are different vibration. There's different frequencies. And me, it's when they come through and they have specific emotions. Now, the other night, people saw that the tears were coming to my eyes, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, please don't touch that button on me, because you can keep your composure, and I didn't want my contact to come out. But I know when they're in the room, because sometimes they can hit the parts in me that are the weakest, or the vibration match, and it shows. That's why a lot of times my vocal cords will seem like I've got a cold. Well, it's the frequencies. Your fifth chakra is an amazing chakra. I mean, it doesn't just do the vocals and your choices, but it's also about metabolizing and connecting as above and so below within this particular physical body. Now, I'm going to speak my truth. And again, all this is just for entertainment purposes only. This is about, well, I just heard it's about fear. Who said that? I don't know. Please ask your question. Put it in the board. There we go again. Somebody knows somebody's going to be writing in a minute. Some of you just want me to talk to the spirit. Some of you just want readings. Some of you want, I don't know what you want. But let's communicate together. So if you have a question, just the simplest questions can be fine. And it's not about just, about yourself. I mean, I'm talking about spirituality. It's my dissertation, which has taken me forever and a day to write, is because it's so juicy. It's so unending. And it's about what is reality. What is the nature of reality? Can we change it? The biggest thing that I walked away with was knowing that we're not even in this body. And I'm like, what? We are like a TV set. And we're out here in the bandwidth of consciousness, and we're signaling down in this particular form, in this God seed, in this form, called a meat suit, and the little antennas, they're in this suit, picks it up. Now, nobody else can come in. Okay, this is our code. And you signal in, and as your body and you start to not really communicate, this is where issues can come in play. Now, what I'm going to do, because they're playing with my sinuses right now, looking around. All right, I'm going to keep shuffling until somebody types in stop. Oops, or a card shoots out at me. The only thing is now it was scrolling. Somebody gave me a question. Can fear manifest into physical ailments or spiritual stalling? Yes. Yes. Oh my, that's a beautiful question. Now, fear. It is a vibration. It is to help us to stay stuck or to help us move forward. We have all of these spiritual bodies. And what happens is a spiritual issue. This is what our soul has not figured out. It hasn't looked at enough perspectives. You know what a kaleidoscope looks like. Those are all different perspectives of the same thing. If you haven't really allowed yourself to let go and to move to the next level of conscious competence, from unconscious incompetence, you will then have the spiritual issue begin to whittle down through the emotions and the mental body. We're just going to condense it to the etheric body. The etheric body will then show you physically what's going on. So fear. I was telling you about negative emotions. Now, fear is a one word, but basically under it is all the negativity. And it can come in many forms. When you are vulnerable and your energies are open, you know, you're split open like a pig and you take on energies from other people, then you can feel them. Well, I know a couple people that I adore and love, and they took on more than one emotion at once, which is I refer to as psychic attack. It's not that if somebody deliberately did it, it was hanging and you magnetically pulled it in. Not that it's compatible, but you were designated to learn from it. It's in your soul contract. What can happen is that when you get so much into the emotion, you start identifying it. Like I'll say the scoliosis. I won't say my scoliosis because I know it's a scoliosis issue. It's a bone. It's something that I haven't resolved yet. Something that I haven't quite seen. Okay? Oh, somebody said stop. And I'll tell you in just a second. So what happens is that this physical issue can manifest whatever it's supposed to be for you. That same energy can be in another person and come out as a different ailment. But it's all in the soul contract. It is designed not to stall you deliberately saying, oh, we don't want her to get anywhere with her evolving. No, we're in the ascension stage now, going back and remembering. But it will stall you because you need to resolve this. And if you try to force yourself to go into spirituality, you can cause, with the Kundalini, for example, will create the energy and it can hurt the physical body. Again, it's not intention to say, oh, I've got to hurt her and stop her. No. There's no evil there. It is to wake up and say, now, there are some groups out there that believe that there's parasites and all of these stuff, and this is what they're choosing to focus on. But you got to remember, when you start to heal those particular vibrations, it changes the frequencies, which allows you to become more spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally protected. You are evolving and maturing all four parts of you: spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. When that occurs, your vibrational frequency state changes your state from hell to heaven. When I say hell, it's because it's your dramas, it's the traumas, it's the things that you attract in. Okay? There's nothing to say that none of that's not true about all of the other negative things. There's nothing to say that it's not right. If you understand string theory, if you understand that there are other dimensions happening at the same time, that we live in a spiral, okay? The past is now, then the future is now, everything's happening now. So that's why when I look at you and you go through a particular issue, I can see the age you are because it's overlapping who you are. So consciously you're mature, but the reaction, the program, it could be your 2-year-old self. But it's hard to fathom when you look at yourself and, well, I'm not being 2 years old. Or you could take it as an insult or that it's a flaw. Oh, how dare you? That's what we refer to as the hot seat. But if you spiritually hear me, you begin to get it. And then you're like, how do I know that it's even true? And then when you begin to focus on how you know, some of the things will help you grow exponentially, and some of those that you're like, I consciously choose to heal this so that I can evolve from having to believe this way or feel this way. So I hope that answers your question. If it's still unclear, rewrite it again. Maybe I'll see it differently. The deck that I was told to pick up, it's called the Crystal Oracle, okay? And it's by Tony Carmine Salerno. Again, you're going to love me for my problem with speaking. The card is Citrine. Now, there are so many people that believe in stones, and there's so many people that don't. But there is a metaphysical meaning for life. Everything can be a tool if you begin to listen with your soul. So in this case, the citrine is telling you, and this is the group that's listening, and even if you are listening on replay, here's the beauty. I had this beautiful woman write me and says, oh my God, that message for me. Now, at the time that I was doing it, I knew it wasn't just for my audience here, but it was supposed to touch somebody. So when they wrote, I'm like, and it was nice. I mean, it was a good feeling to know that when they came through and gave a particular message through me, the person that was supposed to hear it heard it. So, and I don't think they were even paying attention. It was just one of those things that they were in tune with the frequency. And they said, hey, watch this. Yeah, it's Brenda. Okay, click. Oh, how do you know? You're allowing your spirit to finally communicate. Citrine is about wealth, creativity, abundance, and healing. Your financial concerns will soon begin to dissolve as a steady stream of abundance starts to flow into many areas of your life. This is not abundance solely on monetary level, but abundance also in creative and healing. You are being asked to let go of any fear and guilt that you may be holding on to in regards to your wealth and prosperity. Be thankful for the abundance that you're about to receive. Honor it and put it to use in ways that nurture and replenish your spirit. You deserve to be and to have all of your heart's desires. Lovingly recognize the abundance you externally hold within the heart, and you will manifest abundance through all that you say, think, and do. Now, abundance. Let me explain this. People say, especially if they're in their negativity, oh my gosh, I just want some abundance in my life. I'm so miserable. I don't have any money. I don't have this. I don't have that. But you have an abundance of what you just said. I don't have this. You have abundance of I don't have that. You have abundance because, again, you're abundantly seeing it over and over and over. Abundance is just not tied to happiness and joy. You have got to see how you can change how you see abundance. And when you do heal, it's time to understand that I'm ready to receive abundance. But what's stopping you from having that specific abundance? It's not about wanting. It's not about being greedy. Forget about that. You're growing way beyond that. But look again. I can't see what I want because all I can focus on is what I know. But how do I know it? And that is where the tools come in. When the tools come in and you begin to learn to resolve, to evolve, instead of just cope, pacify, deal, manage, you are going to sit there and realize, if I know negativity really well, now, do you have to be a prisoner of it? There was these two twins, it's a story. These two twins had an alcoholic father. Now, they're all grown up. First one says, I am who I am because of my father, and I'm thankful for that. Because I choose not to be that. I choose. And if I didn't see that, I wouldn't have known to choose the husband of God or the life I have and to be happy. Second twin. I have what I have because of my father, and I don't thank the asshole because he's only made my life worse, and I just can't believe he did this to me. Can you hear the difference? Can you see how they saw it different? Can you see how one blames and one sees it as a good thing? One, the emotions, are just controlling the second one. And those emotions create these thoughts that are never ending of hell. Heaven and hell are a state of mind. And some of you look for religion. Check out Swedenborg, Emmanuel Swedenborg. I always have trouble saying that man's name. My one beautiful friend. I was teaching class. She comes in, and my other friend says, "Oh, I got you to have to meet somebody, and they're from California." And I wondered why this girl would sit in class, and she would just look at me and she go, "Oh my God, oh my God," because what I was saying and I was doing reminded her of this girl in California. So when this girl came, she walks in the door, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to know soulfully, because you'll start acting differently. And we usually use our sense of smell to connect, our sense of feeling, sensation to connect. And when she walked in the room, it's like we sniffed each other like dogs. We just kept going around looking at each other. And energetically, I'm like, oh my God, you're too much of a mirror to just be an aspect. You must be part of my soul group, is what I'm thinking. She's just like, dang, she couldn't understand why we were so connected. She sat quietly in class. I just be who I am. And she swore I had studied about Emanuel Swedenborg. No. Now you got to remember, this is an old way back in the Victorian age, I think, that ended up getting lost when we started to descend further down. Now we're ascending, which then now Swedenborg's information, he's been around, and you start investigating, you're like, holy crap, some of these, Helen Keller, and Johnny Appleseed, and you start to look at all these people that understood his point of view about how he saw spirit and God. But no, I have just lost my train of thought. But citrine, heal your crap, because you can't see your abundance if your crap's in the way. And some of these tools are just slightly different. And you have to remember you're a sensory being. I use citrine for a lot of protection and a lot of transmuting. I like this deck. But at the same time, you have to become friends with your rocks. And when you really begin to bond with certain things, where's my pendulum? Here it is. This one, I cannot remember what it is. I'm sure if Rihanna's here, she would know. Stand still. It could be a yellow quartz. But the way it was designed, it is to help in that spiritual aspect. And it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, it was just sitting there. At first, I didn't see it. I just saw a vibration. Looked again. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's calling mama. I need to have that. And I was like, I don't have to have things. Pendulums. You want to give a gift to me? Pendulums. I mean, they're just like the endless gift for me. I've got them everywhere in the house. I mean, of course, now they're all hiding on me. Because I had like 5 here this morning. 2 in the living room and 4 in the bedroom. And see, oh, here we go. Here's some. Here's a few. Broke the tip off, but spiritual energy went through and made a new tip. You just can't see it. Oh well, but anyways, I have a bunch more, but I love them. I love them. So I don't know if it's lemon jade. I gotta go find the piece of paper. Now Rihanna said maybe it's lemon jade, but I will find it, and hopefully it is where I thought I left it. Who knows? What are you getting out of this program is what I need to know. I need great feedback. I've had some of you write me and tell me, thank you so much. You've asked questions. I've not forgotten them. Some of them I answered. Some lady says she had met or got to hear me. And it was very beautiful of a question. And it's so important to understand. Oh, I hope I didn't screw up the thing because I accidentally hit a button. This mouse I had, it's great, but yet buttons you push and oops. I don't know what happens. Now I got I know you're there, and I'm going to see you guys in a minute. I just have to, my contact doesn't allow me to really. I know it's here. All right, let's try it again. The feedback is so important, because then I used to have the radio show where I could hear you. I have class where all the students were, and I could communicate with them. And it's nothing wrong. I can communicate with you, but I love the feedback, because spirit just sits there and just feels that it's useful and loved. And that love just gets deeper and deeper into who I am, which is an amazing feeling. I don't know how else to explain it. It's very nourishing for my soul. And now, since it's opened up, I see where spirit wants me to go. So, somebody has asked a simple question about children. Are they capable of seeing the future or current situations? Because some of you have experienced this. You have experienced, some of you have experienced how kids, now what happened to my body?
Just sits there and just...
You silly little mongrel. Okay. Now spirit's just playing with me. Okay, so I said absolutely time is not in a straight line. You heard the word linear, correct? It's not in a straight line. It's not A to B. The Fibonacci code goes around and around and around, and every point connects. So our future is now, our now is in the past. And what's amazing, though, is that when I'm looking at it, I can see how your past overlies your future just because it's a program. But I also see how your future self is sitting there bumbling around because you haven't resolved the past, which affects the now. And then that's why I see all these variables above your head, because you haven't made the choice to decide on what you want for your future. So when you say yes to something, we go in that direction. We take the energy to go in that direction, and those set of programs come out. And then when you say no, then it changes in another set of programs. So children's vibrations are way different, thank God. Like for me, I was born, and we're all, a lot of people are born to stand out now instead of just being replicators or cookie cutters. We have specific jobs that we were supposed to do. It wasn't until I was in my 40s, I was sitting in a spiritual class. Now, mind you, when I first started out, I had my cousin take me to my first spiritual grouping, and I thought they were a bunch of freaking weirdos. Oh my God, the devil's going to come in any minute and hurt me. Oh my God, oh my God. Then all of a sudden something caught my eye, and I couldn't help but to feel the state of calmness of spirit. That I shut off all those voices, and I just couldn't help but to now be hungry for understanding something more. And then I just asked spirit. And then now we jump to when I was 40, because that was in my 20s. And then my 40s, I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I just remembered why I'm here. I remember that even though I was in the past, my job was to wake up. And now, in that class, I sing all of us, do, 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 wake up. It was like a code. And we're all now supposed to disperse to go to the area where you're supposed to be. We need to really get along with our crap, get it out of our way, resolve to evolve, and to go, 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 and to teach and to heal and to grow. And that's what the kids are doing today. Some of them, we're not going to even get it closed down. Some of them are in that different frequency and vibration. And we look at them as human beings. Oh my God, there's something wrong with my child. Not so. If you're looking at it from the humanistic belief, oh, sure, there's something wrong with the kid because it's not the same as the next one. But if you begin, Carly, oh my God, she slipped my mind. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful autistic child. A woman now, sorry. And she was able to take her voice. She was trapped, no way to communicate, hit herself, cry, do whatever. And they gave her a computer, stuck it in front of her. It took her forever, but she learned how to communicate through pushing one letter at a time. She understood everything everybody said around here. She was just as coherent as you and me. She had all this knowledge. She had all of this ability to comprehend and to learn. She was growing, not staying stuck at the age that she was born. She was growing. As she was chronologically aging, she was still growing. Now, I haven't, I can't think of her name, Carly something, but she would sit there, and now she runs like 3 computers at once. She knows how to multitask by doing 2 things, but at the same, she also knows how to time manage so she can do more things. And she takes in the world around her, and she was going to college. She's doing speaking gigs, and she's doing so many things. And some of us that are not at that level couldn't comprehend why they felt like they're going insane with certain things, because it's the frequency coming in. We don't know how to handle it, cope, deal, and manage and pacify. But when you begin to understand and to know and to grow and use tools, you'll be amazed at how all of a sudden you start to advance. So some kids will play with it, this information they get, and some kids just tell it like it is. And as these kids begin to see different dimensions, they see different timelines, they see different Earths. There was a great show called Sliders. I think the 3rd year sucked because of the writers, but the first couple years, it was all about sighting in and out of Earth. They're trying to find home. They went through this wormhole, and they're trying to find their Earth. And each Earth had some interesting scenarios in it. And they, so how are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to learn? And there are different scenarios. So sometimes, like, I'll be sitting in a place, and I will see I will see everything people see, but then all of a sudden I'll see a different time period, what was there before. Or I can see an overlap of the future sitting there of what they're doing now. And I'm hearing on vibrations of emotions and thoughts, and then that creates the pictures that my brain does. So again, if you understand string theory, you'll understand a lot more. And we're moving in the 5th dimension, so we need more of these kids to come in and to change the paradigms of the world. And the children help us remember what we forgot, or we pushed away, or decided that we couldn't do anymore, if that makes sense. And where did my screen go again? There you are. Lost it for a second. Oh, good. Tabitha says, I get inspiration, freedom of belief. I learn so much from me. Oh, thank you. Yes, and see, this is what it's all about. A belief is a belief under transition. And you really believe that you're in these beliefs. But when you start to say, where did the foundation of that belief come from? Do I really need to believe that? And what emotions are supporting those beliefs? You begin to change. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Now, we're moving into 48. Lenny's not back, so I know some of you have shared. And what we're going to do is we're going to trust Spirit. So right now I'm asking Spirit to gather and to collect and to be with me. And I need a pen. And we're going to do the number game. So on a scale from 0 to 100, I am going to write a number. And whoever gets it gets a free reading. So we'll just play. Well, good Lord. I found a piece of paper I can write on. What number do you, all right, I'll write this number down. Okay, so my number's written. Start guessing away about what it is that you want, or whatever the number is, and then as soon as I see the number, then you are the one that gets the reading. You don't get to see. Use your third eye. Ooh, what am I thinking? Oh, hey, that's a game. I could just sit there and focus on. I'm going to connect into the reconnection energy. Some of you that want to play along will begin to feel it. Some of you don't worry. Don't worry. And the reconnection energy, I was taught, the reconnection was drawn on me, and I've learned how to draw it on others. I also know how to be a reconnection practitioner, but I also am a Reiki master, 1, 2, and 3. Once you begin to learn different levels of energies and frequencies, you'll begin to understand, how you're going to be designed. Ooh, nope, getting close. Oh, Spirit says somebody just thought of the number. Now, the frequency. What's unique about the frequency is that it can help heal anything. But the more attached you are, the more you will hold on to your physical ailment. The more we break it down, the more we'll get rid of that issue. Nope, nobody's got it yet. So, number from 0 to 100. What is the number that I wrote? So, teaching class. So, if anybody... oh, darn it. Darn thing jumped so quick. Not yet. Not yet. I want to teach class. I'm going to have, on my website will be just a set of courses. Take at your own leisure. Then there are classes that I want that, cleaning out somebody's ear, I come into your home via screen, which nobody else but you and the students in your living room. It'll be a form of a living room tours. Oh my goodness, somebody got very close. Somebody got very close. But or if you live close enough, I can drive to your house. I'm trying to keep it a very inexpensive class because some of them will be designed, like the Empowerment Through Enlightenment will be a continuous. So it's like a never ending, and you choose when to come and to grow. But each week is very important because those Empowerment Through Enlightenment courses take the given moment of what's going on in your space and help define it so that you can resolve to evolve or heal instead of deal. And if you choose to deal, it's not a big deal. You're understanding why you want to stay attached. Or you need more information. All right, getting cold, people. We're cold. Got to get warmer. You're cold. All right, Susan, you're really cold. Tabitha, you're getting warmer. Come on. Hot and cold game. Hot and cold. Ooh, sheer Christ, you're getting closer. Oh my God! Somebody is so freaking hot. They're just so close. Oh, I'm burning. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So close. Rihanna, you're a little cold. Keep going, Susan. Oh my God. Somebody was so close, just one number off. That's all I'm going to tell you. Keep going. Yana, you're still too cold. Oh, Tabitha. Cold, warm. Luke. Come on, Rihanna. Come on. I know that one. Come on. 38. We're closer. Come on. I can't give it away. Oh, Suzanne. Susan is closer. She's getting warmer. So I hope you guys oh, Tammy. Try again. Let's see. Stop. Suzanne Rose Marie Hurry. 56. Oh, Tammy, you had it so close. You were at 57. Actually, I kind of like this game. Okay. What is great is that now I'm going to tune in. I just seen a bunch of birds come in. Wow. Yes. Okay, we need to play a psychic game maybe someday. I think that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? A psychic game? Okay, I'm just going to take a second. I have no idea why, but I feel like you're in Avery or something. There's all these birds above my head. They're making so much noise. I have no idea why. Now, Susan Rose, Marie Hurry, you got it. You said 56. Again, you said 56. You got it, honey. See? You got it. So if you're ready to play, then say, yes, I know it's me. It is me. It's me, right? Yes. Yay. Good. Again, I feel a lot of birds. I feel like I'm in this open space, but like in Avery, where there's just tons of birds swirling about my head. It's like you're not receiving your messages. Something about not receiving your messages. If you know what I mean, you're not receiving the messages. So, if you do understand this, do you feel like there's something coming through, but you just don't quite get it? Like you can't hear your higher self. There's something to do with this. Because when I said I was working on an ear, it could have been you. Because now all of a sudden everything's getting tuned in. I'm going to hit start right now. And we're going to do is actually, we're going to pull in one of the variables that your higher self says. I want to understand that. Because it's not about predicting the future. It's about taking the variables that are already there and helping you guide you into seeing, to hearing, to come in alignment, what you need to heal. Your higher self is amazing because it communicates with that soul part of you through your heart and then gives you the clue. So what is it that she needs to know? What is the message that she is unable to hear? Oh, somebody just placed their hand on my shoulder. Not sure if it's for you or for someone else. They sorry they died, and they go quickly. They didn't get to know you. Again, I don't think it's for you, Susan. I think it's somebody. The middle of my, just above the middle of my back is cramping. All right, so this is the energy is stuck. It's not coming through. Well, they're not going to give me one, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Have you been able to pay attention to your dreams? Okay. The deck I'm using today is Heal Yourself by, oh, I love her, Ina Segal. Dreams, number 3. I'll let you look at that card again. So your higher self says, what's it saying? Your dreams may provide you with important details about your current health issues or creative ideas. You need to take action to make your desires manifest. I do dream readings and expedite. If you wanted to ever have a dream reading, then you just pay for a dream reading. Email me the dream, and then I will put it on that show that I have that night. Because the dreams are so important. It's not, how do you want to put it? It's not always what you think. Okay, Suzanne says, yes. Who in the hell wants to call you, keeps calling you Suzanne? There's somebody here that's trying to call you Suzanne. And I think it's not, I don't know if it's your given name or if it's a spiritual name, but somebody is saying they're trying to get your attention. This is part of that message that's coming through. She says, yes, undecided and confused. So the dream will actually give you these major clues of what you need to heal. But I'm going to do my best to give you that information today. Dreams can also give you clues about what is challenging you emotionally. Sometimes your loved ones who have passed over or people you have lost touch with connect with you while you sleep and offer valuable messages that can give you peace of mind or strength to persist through a challenging situation. Take note of both the dark and the light aspect of your dream. In particular, pay attention to any reoccurring dream, as they are often have a significant meaning or wisdom that can help. Okay? So I'm going to now narrow it down and ask a little bit further. What do you want her to take? Well, apparently we're going to use this one, a bloodstone. Do you want her to take care of any, so we're just going to say stop. Okay. Do you want her to take care of anything that emotional? Like, for instance, she says confused and undecided. Not much. You want her to move in the direction of understanding herself more. So do you have, like, not an identity crisis, but do you know yourself? Now, again, spiritual identity, your authenticity, authentic. Ooh, very vividly she remembers her dreams. Kind of give me an idea of what you think your last one was. We're not going to do a full-blown, but we're going to do what we can. Next page. Okay, so you can use these things with the pendulum without having to. There is a heart wall, and it's a habit of putting your block up. So how much love can she receive? About 60%. And so she's having trouble bringing the rest of that love through. Okay. They showed me a look of you going, which means you can see the triggers of when people are, it's a very active memory. 3 years old. Does she have an agenda, or the people around you? So you see people around you, the trigger is that you see people around you that have an agenda. Now, some people are asking, can they see the pendulum? But if I put it down, all you're going to see is my boobs. And so I'll try to raise it up. An active memory. 3 years old. Is that when she hit the heart wall? Yes. Now it's a habit. So you want to talk about the habit first? Talk about the heart wall. 3A. Stubbornness. Stubbornness that other people want her to be like them, or stubbornness that she doesn't want to let love in. Okay, so we would heal that. Then we would remove that heart wall of stubbornness. So if you want to, you can set up an appointment. So I'm running out of time now. Darn it. I'm the one that controls this time. Susan says, not really. I wonder why I'm here. Dream been being lost and afraid. Lost and afraid usually is that small intestine is lost, and afraid can be small intestine, but it can also be kidney and the heart wall. So at age, just before, even if that rings, my show, what I want. Someone's being stubborn over there. They're like, we're not doing what she wants. Okay, stop complaining. Zero in, bring into that. There we go. When you're a little girl, you could feel the lack of control of your environment. And it's like you had to learn how to stand and salute, and you were taken for granted. Go get me this, go get me that. Oh, God, I just don't want to get, can you go get that for me? Does that make sense? And if you didn't do it, there were slight little words that you felt, because what you felt was feeling attacked, but there were slight little words, but they were intended to get you to stand and salute, do what I ask. Now as an adult, the last thing you want to do is be controlled by the environment, to be controlled and to be taken advantage of, that you've actually set in a panic. And this panic came in about 8 years old. So the 3-year-old and the 8-year-old have a shared experience link. Okay, so it's like in a gestalt. It is in a particular memory. And that shared emotion with about 5 other is feeling indecisive. So are you an indecisive person? Let me know. Okay. If you are indecisive, then that would really help. Okay, so her physical body says that there's a UTI, a urinary bladder infection. And usually there's a paralyzed will. And when you think of bladder, so I'm just going to go right to bladder. Why is there, you were made to feel, it? No, you took the stance as a coping tool to be inferior so that you wouldn't have to have those people attack you with their superior bitchiness. That's what I see. Does that make sense so far? Totally correct. Okay. That all can be healed. That all can be healed. Now I'm going to ask a little bit further. Tell me a little bit more. When these particular things set you up, one of the things that it likes to have a go-to reaction is, I can't figure that out. You know, when you go to try to figure it out, you literally feel you can't. Now, in the etheric body, they're saying that there's panic, which sits in the bladder, which makes you have sour grapes. What are sour grapes? And this is where I would say it's very important to define those little words instead of just assume you know them, because you may be right on the money, but you also could get a little bit more insight that can help you break the paradigm of, I can't figure it out. I mean, so used to refer to as an attitude in which someone adapts a negative attitude to something because they cannot have it themselves. Nothing to be ashamed of, because we all have to understand that we are those ages. Susan says yes to everything that I had said, so I'm not sure exactly which particular part, but understand that everything I just walked you through, it's not just meat potatoes. It's not just to hang there. This is what your higher self said that it wants you to heal, to address. We label them. You can understand them. You identify with them. They can be processed out. I would use hope therapy, but if you don't want my services, then I would say try EFT. Do your best to hit every level when it comes to this particular story. Remember, 3 and 8 coincide together to create a particular reaction which you need to heal. Okay, there's more, it's detailed, but they're telling you it's time to heal the indecisive. It's time to heal, I can't figure it out. Those are emotions. And it's time for you to stop being in that reactionary state of that little girl to make it happen, because you're like, but I am doing my best to be mature, and we all are. But again, time is not linear, it's spiral. Okay, so you can go to my website and Susan says that she, again, they want to call you Suzanne, says that as I agree and it's accurate. So if you do want to employ my services, then I'm not that expensive, thank God. You can go here and you'll see. And that's it is bpowermw.weebly.com. Now, I'm going to write down a color. I'm going to write down a color, and then what we're going to, really? Damn it. Tammy, are you still here? Miss Turner? I'm starting to get the sweats because you're welcome. Thanks, Susan. Tammy, if you're still here, then say yes so that if you want to receive something from your father, because he's really, you're welcome. He says, I've been patiently waiting my turn. Oh, thank goodness, Tammy, you're here. In the meantime, I know there's a whole array of colors. I feel like I'm supposed to do something with color, so I was going to say pick a color, but I haven't written a color, so let's not play that game just yet. Flooded with emotion. It's like I'm in an ocean and it's just ebbing up, and the emotions and emotions and water go together because we're so much made of water. And they said there's so much emotion, and now it's becoming crystallized. So they're saying there's a specific emotion. Are you trying to tell her that she's inherited a particular emotion that causes, what's this doing here? Somebody's asking, I can hear it. Okay, this is what I've got. I love the word hope. There's a crown. That means Christ consciousness to me. And this is the pendulum, and it's an amethyst. And this is the one that spirit realigned through the energy. If you could see it, there's a beam of light that goes through. What? Yes, I will. Okay, he says, make sure you push the button for my sweetie. The time was short. Yes, indeed. I'm very sorry. But, and he says, I didn't mean to leave behind. And he's pointing to the word act mean. Or guilt. Or envy. And these are three particular emotions that are, I mean, it's a strong vibration. If you could see my hands, it makes a ball. I need to ask, are these psychic attacks? These are inherited. Do they need to be removed? Well, yeah, but we got to tell the story first. Gotcha. There's a habit of, you're looking for a word, of a reaction. So it's in how you react to people. And it's not even, those three are so meshed together. He says, and sometimes you get so concerned about becoming irrelevant that you then have to teach yourself how to make things irrelevant. You taking in, and then they're showing me way too much. It's going in inside of my jaw and my teeth. You're taking in way too much energy sometimes. It's like a hole. Do I see a hole? It's a gigantic hole. Why is there a hole there? Well, silent brooding displaced this energy. And he says, you got that from your mother. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm hearing, I mean, he is just really in my face. To be, what do you want me to know? There is just major distrust energies. Not that somebody's going to cheat on you. It is you distrust their, especially when people get obsessed. It's like they have this particular habit and you're like, oh God. And you just kind of know how you know you can't trust this because they're like off the rocker. And does this make sense so far? Please let me know. Because I want to make sure I'm following the right energy. No. Okay. He had to have been here a week ago because he's the one that told me I had to have this deck and I refused to get up and get it. So I deliberately laid it out this time. Oh, he's so excited I got the deck this time. The deck is the Map by Colette Baron Reed. If I could figure out how to hold it. Pick a card. Oh, God, he's so excited. What do you want? I wish you could just take him. Okay, so he's like, Is you enjoying this? He says, I'm the one that called you the other day. I'm the one that notified you the other day. Oh boy, his energy. Wow. He's making my bottom teeth hurt. Okay, why are you making my teeth hurt? It's decisions. Okay, it's about decisions. So decisions, teeth are about decisions. Can you make the decision? All of our teeth are connected to our meridians. And usually the gallbladder is the one that's about indecisiveness. I'm almost there. Why don't you just pick it? Because this is exciting. Okay. I think he enjoys this much more than we do. I'm picking her energy up too. All right. You're just not going to make one fall out? No, tap. Oh, you like the tapping. You make my teeth stop hurting. And now my head. Ooh, the nerves on that side. Okay, so it came up in reverse, and it's the education card. Okay, and with this, there's an upright and reverse. That's why I love her deck. Stubbornness and the desire to know it all and to be right no matter what will not get you what you want. Because, before I can get any further, it makes the cup full. How can you put something in the cup if the cup is already full? I know it. I know that. I know that. It refuses to allow new information to come in so that you can grow. Or it could be that you're afraid to be seen as someone who knows less than you're supposed to. I had these beautiful students that were in my class, and I started noticing the pattern. They would say, I know that. And then the energy pointed back to how they were belittled, told to be stupid, and I looked, and it's because they were women. It was connected to a paradigm that is how women are supposed to be. And then these women were trying to fight back, even though they didn't understand how they knew. They didn't really know it, but they knew how to connect with certain things because it was also a response. Stupid. I heard the word stupid, so maybe you don't want to be looked like you're stupid. Oh, my body just got very unconscious. Or how do I put that? I became self-conscious about my body? Yeah, something like that. Could you be flying through the life by the seat of your pants? Hope no one will notice you're skimming the surface of things. Life is filled with lessons, some bitter, some sweet. A strident lust for certainty will never bring you the wisdom you seek. Pretending to know more than you do won't make you wise. Be assured that not knowing is a magical place to be. All manner of the mysteries are revealed. Be open. It's okay not to know. He says, don't be as stupid as me. He's kind of referring himself to, I don't want to say a dumb hick. Redneck? No. I don't know how to explain that. I think really, we got to scratch the head again? Oh, no, it feels good. It's like a dog. Once he's got it itchy, you just got to scratch it. Ooh, that could be what he's trying to say too. I don't know. If any of this makes sense, then just, let me know. It's important to understand that you don't have to be the victim of these old patterns. And he wants you to heal the inherited patterns, because they will be released. And when you release, you can actually breathe and hear and feel again, if that makes sense. Okay. And you get to think differently. Hope therapy can take you on a whole new trail. Okay. And a farmer. Are you talking about farmer? Yeah, because it's just like they're not educated enough. And it's like, it's like they're like living in a box. He says, I'm much more smarter now. And he's the one that said the word stupid. I don't know if he had an accent or if he just is trying to mimic a particular group. Like, when you hear the redneck thing, they have a particular way of talking. Oh, he loved to tinker. There was something about tinkering. I don't know what that means, except for maybe come up with some crazy ideas. I don't know. He was a farmer, and his family, I totally understand. Oh, excellent. Good. Okay. But he's trying to tell you that, sweetheart, he couldn't do much for you when he was here, but and thankful that he can communicate with you all the time. Don't worry, I'm not looking. Don't worry. He says, but heal your shit. Heal. Do better than I did. Go. Bye. Okay, so I'm assuming he's back with you. But yeah, I believe he was here the other night. Alrighty. So again, you want my services, you know what to do. I'm sorry we ran out of time. But we did it. Okay. Now I'm going to take care of this color thing. I'm not sure how, because I used to have a deck. I don't have a deck. You're welcome, sweetie. I had many things before
I got divorced, and my ex says, nope, they're all mine. And it made a choice. And you can't really take everything to, to another country. And so I made the choice. And so it's funny, I'll go looking for something and I'm like, I know I own it. Wait. That was in another lifetime. I don't own it here. I owned it at one point. I have to learn to give it up. If that makes sense. Now, I want somebody to holler out a color, and then we'll go from there, okay? You holler out a color, purple, blue, yellow, orange, brown, red, holler out a color, and then I feel like I'm supposed to have you, once you pick the color, I will find, I have a deck of cards that I had downloaded, scanned in, so that I can do whatever with them. And then what we're going to do is purple. Good. Thank you for participating. And we have indigo, mauve, just two to choose from. Indigo and mauve. Ooh, no, sorry. Burgundy and plum and lilac and straight purple and lavender. Oh my God, we had a ton of them. I thought they were in order. All right, which color do you want her, which color do you want us to know about? Is it just straight purple? No. Lavender, hold on. Violet. So we're going to go for violet. We can do that. Violet. Create a balanced life. Violet can help it to regenerate your nervous system. It assists with healing insomnia, mental disorders, physical illness, injury affecting the eyes and the brain. Violet is especially helpful with treating epilepsy. It is also aids in balancing energy and reprogramming cells. Violet activates intuition, opens creativity, increases the psychic senses. This color can assist to release karma and regain freedom. Let's go to see what the rest of it says. For issues that have affected you in the past, create balance and receive blessings into your life from the violet gift box. It is a very important part of your life to be balanced. It recognizes that every challenge contains a blessing, and every blessing contains a challenge. Now, I don't need the rest of that. I'm going to tell you what you need, or what you need. What is a suggestion? The suggestion of this is that I want you to pick out a bottle, okay? A clear bottle, glass preferably. Fill it with water. And the water, you can use mineral water, you can use distilled water. But I don't want the tap water that has the fluoride and stuff in it. But anyway, fill it up. Take some purple, or violet, sorry. Very violet. And don't worry if you don't get the colors right. And slap it onto the bottle. Set it in the sun. Set it in the sunlight. Then, after a few hours, then if I could muscle test you, one of you, all of you, none of you, or the new ones that are going to be watching, will need this color. And if I muscle tested you, and you were strong to begin with, okay, I would then ask your body, do you need it? Now, if I were to find different points on the body, and it was weak, and your arm went weak, for instance, Rihanna, in your stomach, okay? So when I scan down and I were to say I'm pointing to the stomach, which is over the solar plexus area, you have a lot of emotional buildup. A lot of that emotional buildup, and the only way that you can survive is to stay self-centered, because people, and they said this is part of an automatic response. But what happens is that
that because it's a vibration and we need certain colors, and if we're lacking in certain colors, then it'll be more exacerbated. Our issues, our physical issues. It goes back to that spiritual thing. So when you drink your violet water, any type of purple will help. You drink that throughout the day, you'll then start to balance that solar plex area for you, and your body will start to return to normal. Okay? Good. Rihanna just says, I have a glass bottle with a light amethyst inside of it. And those are unique looking bottles. Let me see if that's strong enough. Do you need it? Yes. You are also magnetically deficient. If I muscle tested you, you probably will, if I said, hold the phone, I muscle tested you and you went weak. It could be a blow dryer, it can be a TV set, it can be whatever. And you went weak, something that's running. Then you are magnetically deficient, and it will affect certain parts of your body. We can find out what part of the body it is missing. In this case, it is closer to the gallbladder area, which is your right side, and it's just like, here's your boob, here's your liver, and then your gallbladder is like right in here. And if I were to test that, you would be weak. And then if I were to give you a magnet, just a simple magnet, okay, and I put it on that spot and then tested you, you would be strong again. So it looks like color is off in you, and you're magnetic, because we're electromagnetic beings. The magnetic aspect of it is just a little off. So you can put sometimes, now, if you know how to muscle test, that's great. Use pendulum, that's great. Find it. You can tape it to that area. You can put it in your shoe. Sometimes one foot versus the other is better, or put it directly on that area. Aw, see you later, Tabitha. Okay, so last time I saw you, there was a weakness too. Oh, good to know. In the same area in the really? Okay, I completely forgot about that. Sometimes when they come through and we do a session, a lot of times people ask me afterwards, and I'm like, because it was brought in and through information, I don't get to retain a lot of it. And sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. Okay, again, I would definitely say, I even magnetized water too. I can't remember how I did it. They're not letting me remember right now, but I used to make these soulpathics, and I'd have to magnetize the water to that person as well as the direction they were having issues with. Are you having problems with your Vivax cords? Any direction issue? No, you're good. No, okay, you're good. Now, just about done. I will say I can give, and that sometimes I just randomly throw stuff out. You also picked up, I'm almost allergic to water, so that could have been an intolerance or a sensitivity. Intolerance. Then I noticed recently my shower gives me a rash every time. Okay, that's the compatibility. Again, that's where I would have you come to me, and then we would do the breathing technique to rebalance. Bring the different waters you have in your home, because if it is a fluoride or some type of chemical that your body says, I can't do this anymore, then your body's going to react in a certain way. We had to find out what that is. So that would probably be a one-on-one. Life can be strange when we are bodies, and it's not even just our bodies. Because I went a little bit further, and I said to you, why is there this displacement of energy? And it's because you were taught to be invalidated. And these are just little triggers and reminders that there's an invalidation. And emotions and thoughts can dislodge particular things in our life, and especially our spirits. But your spirit is connected 100%, which is good. It's still good. But there is an invalidation. It's like out of 100%, you have to make sure that you feel invalidated 70% of the day. You don't have to go to 100, but if you don't invalidate yourself with language or denigration or whatever, then you're going to have somebody show up if you only hit like 56%. you could have somebody come in that day to hit it up to 70. So I would definitely start to look at how you are invalidated. Yeah, another thing to add to our list. Yeah, how you're invalidated, and literally start to tap that out, change it to how you don't have to believe that anymore. But first, you got to recognize when you have these things, because it's such a program that consciously you're not going to be aware of it. So there are things you need to know that you didn't know you needed to know. But once you begin to see, oh, what I said today just invalidated me. Oh, well, I just turned and stopped giving to myself. Oh, or you have to get the attention of people so that you can be validated, and you have to be validated, and you have to be. That's still the same story, but it's just shown differently, and that is what needs to be healed out. And before we go, because it's already 1:30, I just want you to understand we're going to take a deep breath in. And you're going to breathe out. What's important is that you need to get that spinal fluid going. So as you breathe in, okay, you're going to bring your shoulders back, tip your head back, straighten up your spine. And then when you breathe out, you close up like a clam. And you're going to stretch that back and the shoulders. And then your K27s, collarbone. As you come into the collarbone, you're going to dip down, and then there, right there. So give those a nice rub so the blood starts going up to the head. Got to get the spinal fluid. I do that about the breathing thing up to like 9 times. I'm turning all red. Look at me. Yeah, I just had to do that because some of you just seem to be a little off. All right. You've been a great audience, and I love you all. And I pray that I can keep getting the audience and keep growing, going in the direction we're supposed to. I want to start doing it on YouTube too. I'd love to do it simultaneously, but if I can't, I may switch out the days. Because there's that many days, I only want to do 4 shows. I'm going to figure out how to break them up. I love you all very much. Thank you for coming into my world and being part of my tribe and helping me, inspire me to become more me. All right, till next time, stay tuned. And all of you, start booking your appointments. I love you. Bye. Stay blessed.